Hey everyone, this is One Man Zerg with the UEN.com.
And this is SCV Rush.
And we are casting a game for you today between WhiteRA, the Protoss player, and Idra, the Zerg player. So they're both pretty well-known players. WhiteRA loves to play Protoss. He plays on the Asian server. I think Idra plays on the Asian server too, but he's a North American Zerg player. And
yeah, Idra used to play in Korea actually for a while on CJ Intis, I think. He's a very strong player, very strong macro player. A lot of people say, a lot of people actually love to early attack him because he's such a strong mid-game player.
So we're gonna see if WhiteRA has any cheese up his sleeves to take out Idra in the early game, because Idra is such a good macro player. Idra is also well known for his mentality about losing, because we all know he loves to do it and he takes it so well.
He's like more like prideful about it. He's like, I'm gonna be bad mannered when I do this.
And here's WhiteRA just throwing down a pretty standard gateway on 11, and Idra showing his macro plays at 14 and still no sign of a spawning pool. But he is scouting that WhiteRA is chrono boosting his probes out, trying to get that early economic advantage that Protoss players can get.
Okay, he's finally putting his spawning pool down.
Looks like a spawning pool on 15. Nothing too fabulous here. Oh, we got a probe. Oh, looks like WhiteRA might be proxying, might just be setting it up for some warp-ins later that aren't scouted. That's
unusual, because the Zerg player already scouts the Protoss player, and then he's proxying after he scouts it. So the Zerg player is expecting it because he's not getting the second gas or the Cybernetics core.
Yeah, no additional pylons here, no additional buildings. You got to be expecting something. And here goes the gateway over here. So it looks like a slightly aggressive proxy, not all too aggressive, not too close. And it's the second and third gateway that he's building over here. And Idra is showing an early expansion. Early expansion, no gas. I'm surprised he's not getting gas for at least the metabolic boost upgrades. So that's so important for Zerg players to be able to surround their opponents and getting some quick, cheesy strikes with their Zerglings.
Yeah, actually the Protoss player needs to be careful when placing his gateways next to minerals, because chances are you might just like once your zealot comes out, you might just get stuck in between the minerals patches. That's very bad for any proxy rushes.
It looks like he's setting his waypoints out there, so he's unlikely to have that happen.
Ooh, and
I just sees that there is something going on. I don't think he's scouted that. Yeah, he doesn't know that the gateways are right here right now, but he does know that WhiteRA is trying to provide that little bit of pressure. He probably suspects it though, because he sees that there's nothing else going on in this base, and he's got, you know, good Overlord scouting over there. The Overlord's not going to move if he's not going to mine any gas, because he knows he's not going to pop out any sentries or stalkers.
Yeah, Idra's definitely expecting a strong early game push. I think he's just getting Zerglings right now. He's not even pumping drones out of his expansion.
Yeah, you can tell Idra's worried. He has 0 drones going on that, and it looks like mainly Zerglings coming out over here too.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely sees this coming.
Not even bringing a queen out over here. Surprising, because it looks like he has enough minerals to do a queen, and well, he's kind of low on supply space, but he could be building a queen. A queen would really help complement his Zergling build, have some range damage there. And it looks like WhiteRA's trying to take out these destructible debris. That makes it really hard to hold your expansion as a Zerg player, or as any player, when you have both these entrances open, because then you have 2 places to guard as opposed to 1 for both your main and your expansion.
Yeah, and also the Zealot is in very good position when taking out those rocks, because you can't really surround the Zealots.
Yeah, the Zealots are coming in. It looks like this Zealot force can match up really well against this Zergling force. Oh, but he separates his Zealots. It's not going to be good for him at all. The Zerglings are getting us around. Don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
looks like that's just too many Zerglings. It's too much to handle. Don't know if WhiteRA is going to recover from this comfortably.
Yeah, I think the Protoss player should have put the Zealots behind a wall or together, clumped together, so to have a better position. And he's surrounded here again.
Usually with decent positioning, you don't want to go in with Zerglings unless you have a 3 or 4 to 1 ratio on the Zealots, but he's got way more than that ratio right now going on, thanks to his other hatchery just producing almost pure Zerglings. You can see still no drones in that other hatchery, but it served him well right now.
The Plus player is looking grim right now. His proxy rush is failing, and he's about to lose 2 gateways here. There's really not much he can do, even with his clone boost.
Yeah, WhiteRA's really got to try to, and you can see he's trying to micro his troops so that his Zealots are up against the wall, but keeps getting that surround. It's just too many Zerglings up in his face right now. And even with his chrono boost, he's definitely falling behind.
Up in his face.
Like, even more Zerglings are rolling in. Yeah, these are gonna fall soon. Don't know what WhiteRA is gonna do to change that. It looks like he's got a gas going. He's probably gonna try and tech. He's got to get something to handle all these Zerglings and definitely wall off his base.
Yeah. Even if he's producing out of Zealots out of these 2 gateways, he's not gonna last with this many Zerglings. And right now,
and there he gets one stuck.
Yeah.
We warned him, he just didn't listen, you know?
And the Protoss player, like right now, is in a severe disadvantage right now, because the Zerg player has expansion, and he has queens, and he's just macroing up, just like how Idra does it, you know? The Idra micro.
See, Idra's definitely ahead in minerals, but he hasn't even started gas mining yet. He's finally got an extractor and another extractor on the way, so we'll see this tick above 0 soon. But Idra's gone with his pure Zergling build, no upgrades. Bringing a lot of them over here.
He doesn't even care.
It looks like WhiteRA's built a pretty good wall right here, and you know, you hold position those Zealots, you can hold off a ton of Zerglings, because one-on-one, they are just going to take Zerglings out.
So here you can see how strong Zealots are when they're in good position compared to when they're in bad position. You can see that, oh, they're just taking the Zerglings down. There's really not much Zerglings to do. Oh, and Zerg is forced to retreat.
Yeah, this pylon's almost dead, but he's got another wall behind it. What's he going to do? And then you see these Zealots are both in perfect condition. So that's how to make a hold against those Zerglings.
Yeah, that was a very good block by WhiteRA. It kind of rhymes. Yeah. WhiteRA and Idra. For an Asian speaker, I can't really.
Got a lot of the same letters, you know.
Yeah,
IRA.
It's challenging. It's really challenging.
And you can see Idra's definitely coming ahead here. He's got, you know, 200 to 300 more minerals per minute coming in. He's going to start getting these gas going, so he's going to even tick ahead on gas. And you don't want to be in that position as a Protoss player, especially when the army size is just that dramatically different.
Yeah, I think Idra has like 15 more SCV or workers than the Protoss player.
Yeah, you can see 30 to 50 almost now.
It's like when the Zerg players has map control, really, like Idra's always macroing up, because if he has map control, he's not worried about, you know, pressure or any type of cheese, because he can see the map. He has overlords all over the place. He has the time to react to anything that the Protoss player do.
And it looks like he's got a robotics facility up, so I would assume he's going to go for Colossus to try and counter the mass ground, the mass Zerglings that Idra's going. But he needs to drop that Robo Bay. Oh, and there's the robotics bay coming in, so you can get those Colossus. He's also got to look to expand, but Idra's doing a really good job with scouting the map right now. You can see Idra's seeing most of the stuff that's coming in right now. But, oh. Yeah, he can even see that robotics bay
with the Overlord on top.
With the Overlord on top, yeah, right here.
Wow.
So he definitely knows what's coming, and he's aggressively expanding, getting that macro game going. Looked like he's starting the creep highway.